All right, old school NBA fans, self-researched NBA facts. Got another video for you. As always, thanks to anybody watching my videos, subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. You guys are great. Thank you very much. In this video here, this is directed at Shannon Sharpe. I'm speaking to you directly. I'm sure you probably won't watch this video, but I'm speaking to you nonetheless. You go on and on about how if a team has a bunch of Hall of Famers, that's how you quantify how good they were. And there's a lot of pushback from that. Obviously, anybody who knows anything about not just basketball, but just common sense, sports in general, that doesn't tell anywhere near the story. So even if you have a Hall of Famer on the roster, maybe he's older, maybe he's just a baby, just to say, oh, I beat 3 Hall of Famers, even though James Harden was coming off the bench, 3 future MVPs and all this stuff. I mean, those guys were not in their primes yet. None of them. I mean, KD was in the beginning of it maybe. But I'm just saying, it's just a ridiculous argument. But this is where it doesn't really go so good for LeBron. Using your measurement, Shannon Sharpe, just explain this to me right here. And I just did 3 players because I figured this video would run very long if I tried to do, 15, 20, 30 players. But let's just look at 3 players. The guy that you used to compare to Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. That's who you used to say that, man, he's as good as Jordan is back in the day. Then you shoved him aside. Now he's in the back end of the top 10. And another guy, your boy, LeBron James, and then Michael Jordan. We're going to compare who were the leading scorers in every playoff series. Well, obviously, that's not a measurement of everything, but what it is it shows who in that series was a good active scorer. So closer to their prime, than, like 38-year-old Jason Kidd in 2011 finals. You want to throw him in there and say, oh, yeah, well, it was 2 top 75 players, even though Jason Kidd was on his last leg. He was still an okay, serviceable player, but this isn't Jason Kidd from 10 years before. Let's not kid ourselves. So, let me get into it. Kobe Bryant, in his first playoff series, I know he was coming off the bench or whatever, the leading scorer in the 97 first round against Portland was Rasheed Wallace. He is not in the Hall of Fame. So I put a check mark, not Hall of Fame. In the next round, Western Conference semifinals against Utah, the leading scorer on the other team was Karl Malone. He's in the Hall of Fame and a top 75 player. In the next series, it was Isaiah Ryder for Portland, not in the Hall of Fame. In the next, in a 98 second round against Seattle, Gary Payton was the leading scorer. 98 Western Conference Finals, it was Karl Malone, top 75, both those guys. The next one too, 1999 first round against Houston, it was Charles Barkley. In 1999 Western Conference semifinals against San Antonio, it was Tim Duncan. In the 2000 first round, Sacramento, Chris Webber. In the 2000 semifinals against Phoenix, it was Penny Hardaway. 2000 Western Conference Finals against Portland, Rasheed Wallace. He's not in the Hall of Fame, neither is Penny. Does that mean they're washed up bums? According to you, Shannon Sharpe, that's exactly what it means. They're not in the Hall of Fame, so they must not be that good. I've heard you say it so many times. I'll never forget that interview. You had Michael Rappaport on there, and he was talking about the Knicks and how good they were, and he was saying, they had Starks, and, he's not a Hall of Famer. And Charles Oakley, he's not a Hall of Famer. I mean, are you kidding me? This guy is a fool. He thinks it's all about Hall of Fame players because he's trying to fit the LeBron narrative. Okay, let's keep going. In the 2000 finals against Indiana, Reggie Miller was the high scorer. 0-1 first round against Portland, it was Damon Stoudemire. In the 0-1 semifinals against Sacramento, it was Chris Webber. 0-1 West Finals against San Antonio, it was Tim Duncan. 2001 Finals against Philly, Allen Iverson. 0-2 first round against Portland, Rasheed Wallace again. 0-2 semifinals against San Antonio, Tim Duncan. 0-2 conference finals against Sacramento, Webber. 2002 finals against the Nets, Kenyon Martin. 0-3 first round against Minnesota, Kevin Garnett. '03 semifinals against San Antonio, Tim Duncan. '04 first round against Houston, Steve Francis. '04 semifinals against San Antonio, Tim Duncan. '04 conference finals against Minnesota, Kevin Garnett. '04 finals against Detroit, Richard Hamilton. '06 first round against Phoenix, Steve Nash. '07 first round against Phoenix, Amari Stoudemire. '08 first round against Denver, Allen Iverson. '08 semifinals against Utah, Darren Williams. '08 conference finals against San Antonio, Tim Duncan. '08 finals against Boston, Paul Pierce. '09 first round against Utah, Carlos Boozer. '09 semifinals against Houston, Aaron Brooks. '09 conference finals against Denver, Carmelo Anthony. And the '09 finals, not Dwight Howard, but Hedo Turkoglu. Unbelievable. 2010 first round against OKC, Kevin Durant. 2010 semifinals against Utah, Darren Williams. 2010 conference finals against Phoenix, Amari Stoudemire. 2010 finals, Paul Pierce against Boston. 2011 first round against New Orleans, Chris Paul. 2011 semifinals against Dallas, Dirk Nowitzki. 2012 first round against Denver was Ty Lawson. And 2012 conference semifinals against OKC, Kevin Durant. So all told, in Kobe's 44 series played, 18 of the 44 leading scorers in those series were non-Hall of Famers. 26 were, for a percentage of 59.1%. And of the 44 series, 23 of them, just over half, were top 75 players, 52.27%. So all in all, I'd say that, Kobe had some good players in there. This goes, the teams, sure, the team competition, that's kind of a different matter. But we're just talking about a specific player on a specific team because of the Hall of Fame narrative that Shannon Sharpe is obsessed with. He's said it on so many occasions. All right, so now we're going to take a look at your boy, LeBron James. So LeBron James, 06 first round against Washington, Gilbert Arenas. 06 conference semifinals, Richard Hamilton. 07 first round Washington, Anton Jamison. 07 conference semifinals against New Jersey, Vince Carter. 07 conference finals against Detroit, Richard Hamilton. 07 finals against San Antonio, Tony Parker. 2008 first round Washington was Caron Butler. 08 semifinals Boston, Kevin Garnett. 09 first round Detroit, Rodney Stuckey. 09 conference semifinals against Atlanta, Josh Smith. 09 conference finals against Orlando, Dwight Howard. 2010 first round Chicago, Derrick Rose. 2010 conference semifinals against Boston, Rajon Rondo. 2011 first round against Philly, Elton Brand. 2011 semifinals against Boston, Paul Pierce. 2011 semifinals against East Conference finals against Chicago, Derrick Rose. 2011 finals against Dallas, Dirk Nowitzki. 2012 first round against the Knicks, Carmelo Anthony. 2012 semifinals against Indiana, David West. 2012 finals against OKC, Kevin Durant. 2013 first round against Milwaukee, Monte Ellis. 2013 semifinals against Chicago, Jimmy Butler. 2013 conference finals against Indiana, Roy Hibbert. 2013 finals against San Antonio was Tim Duncan. 2014 first round Charlotte, Kemba Walker. 2014 semifinals against Brooklyn, Joe Johnson. 2014 conference finals against Indiana, Paul Pierce. 2014 finals, San Antonio was Tony Parker. 2015 first round, it was Isaiah Thomas for Boston. 2015 semifinals against Atlanta, Jeff Teague. Or the Eastern Conference Finals, I'm sorry, Jeff Teague. 2015 Finals, Golden State, Steph Curry. 2016 First Round, Detroit, Marcus Morris. 2016 Semifinals against Atlanta, Paul Millsap. 2016 Eastern Conference Finals against Toronto, DeMar DeRozan. 2016 Finals against Golden State, Steph Curry. 2017 First Round, Indiana, Paul George. 2017 Semifinals against Toronto, DeMar DeRozan. 2017 Eastern Conference Finals against Boston, Avery Bradley. 2017 Finals Golden State, Kevin Durant. 2018 First Round Indiana, Victor Oladipo. 2018 Semifinals Toronto, Kyle Lowry. 2018 Eastern Conference Finals Boston, Jaylen Brown. 2018 Finals Golden State, Kevin Durant. 2020 First Round Portland, Damian Lillard. 2020 Semifinals Houston, James Harden. 2020 Conference Finals against Denver, Jamal Murray. 2020 Finals against Miami, Jimmy Butler. 2021 First Round against Phoenix, Devin Booker. 2022 First Round, or 2023, they missed it in 22. 23 First Round against Memphis, Ja Morant. 2023 against Golden State in the semifinals, Steph Curry. 2023 Western Conference Finals against Denver, Jamal Murray again. And 2024 First Round against Denver, Nikola Jokic. So, to do a recap, out of all those players right there in his 54 playoff series, 29 of them were not Hall of Famers. And just to be clear, the players that were, maybe too young to go one way or another, I do not have Derrick Rose in the Hall of Fame because I just don't see how he's going to get in. I don't have Rajon Rondo as a Hall of Famer or Monty Ellis. I did put Jimmy Butler in the Hall of Fame. Did not put Roy Hibbert or Kemba Walker or Joe Johnson. I put Paul George in the Hall of Fame. I did not put Isaiah Thomas, Jeff Teague, Marcus Morris, Paul Millsap in the Hall of Fame, or DeMar DeRozan. He might eventually, maybe. He's on here twice, so maybe that would change it. Okay? Avery Bradley's a no. Oladipo's a no. Kyle Lowry's a no. Jaylen Brown, I put him in. The other ones would be Jamal Murray. I did not put him in. Devin Booker, I called him a Hall of Famer. And I called Ja Morant a Hall of Famer. And, if you guys want to critique one or two of these, whatever you think, that's fine. Maybe Rajon Rondo will get in. Maybe Ja Morant won't. He'll screw up and something will happen. But as it sits right now, 29 of the 54 are non-Hall of Famers for a 53.7%. That means 46.3 are Hall of Famers, and only 25.92% were top 75 players. And I included Nikola Jokic as a top 75. I just called him like a top 100 player. I don't see anybody else that would, qualify for that at all. But when you go up against Kobe, the leading scorers against Kobe in playoff series, 40.9%. LeBron at 53.7%. So he had significantly more non-Hall of Famers as the leading scorers in all his playoff series. And as far as top 75 goes, Kobe's sitting at 52.27. LeBron's at 25.92. That's less than half. So again, we want to play that game, Shannon Sharp? Let's do that. Now we're going to go to Jordan. Michael Jordan. I'm only listing the leading scorers of every playoff series because, again, that gives a good indication of who the best player was on the team you were playing. So according to people like Shannon Sharp, LeBron played all these Hall of Famers. Yeah, okay. Michael Jordan, his rookie year, 85, first round against Milwaukee. Terry Cummings. He's not in the Hall of Fame. In the 86 first round against Boston, actually it was Bird and McHale tied, but either way, Hall of Famer and top 75. 87 first round, Larry Bird. 88 first round against Cleveland, Mark Price. 88 semifinals against Detroit, Isaiah Thomas. 89 against Cleveland, first round, Ron Harper. 89 semifinals against the Knicks, Patrick Ewing. '89 conference finals against Detroit, Isaiah Thomas. 1990, first round against Milwaukee, Alvin Robertson, who I think should be in if you're putting in Michael Cooper. But that's my personal opinion. Probably in the minority on that, and that's fine. But I say yes to Robertson if it's a yes for Cooper. That's my opinion. Okay. 1990 conference semifinals against Philly, Charles Barkley. 1990 conference finals against Detroit, Joe Dumars. 91 first round against the Knicks, Kiki Vandeweghe. 91 semifinals against Philly, Charles Barkley. 91 conference finals against Detroit, Vinnie Johnson. Actually had a good series, like 21 points a game or something. 91 finals against the Lakers, James Worthy. 92 first round against Miami, Ronnie Cycli. 92 semifinals against the Knicks, Patrick Ewing. 92 conference finals against Cleveland, Mark Price. 92 finals against Portland, Clyde Drexler. 93 first round against Atlanta, Dominique Wilkins. 93 conference semifinals against Cleveland, Larry Nance. 93 conference finals against the Knicks, Patrick Ewing. 93 finals against Phoenix, finals, Charles Barkley. 95 first round against Charlotte, Alonzo Mourning. 95 Eastern Conference semifinals against Orlando, Shaq. 96 first round against Miami, Alonzo Mourning. 96 conference semifinals against the Knicks, Patrick Ewing. 96 conference finals against Orlando, Shaq. 96 finals against Seattle, Sean Kemp. Imagine that. In 96, the Bulls, as far as rim protectors goes, had to play Alonzo Mourning in the first round, Patrick Ewing in the semifinals, Shaq in the conference finals, and then I know he wasn't a center, but then Sean Kemp in the finals. That's pretty tough. 1997 first round against Washington, Rod Strickland. 97 semifinals against Atlanta, Mookie Blaylock. 97 conference finals against Miami, Tim Hardaway. 97 finals against Utah, Karl Malone. 98 first round against New Jersey, Sherman Douglas. 98 conference semifinals against Charlotte, Glenn Rice. 98 conference finals against Indiana, Reggie Miller. And last but not least, the 98 finals against Utah, Karl Malone. So all told, Michael Jordan, the leading scorer on all his playoff competition, and this one I don't have to guess on, like I had to a little bit with Kobe and a little more with LeBron, but these guys are all set in stone. The non-Hall of Famers is 37.83%. The Hall of Famers, the leading scorer against Michael Jordan in all his playoff career series, all 37 of them, 23 of them was a Hall of Fame player. That's a 62.16%. And if you go back and look, Kobe's was at 59.1, so that's more than Kobe. And LeBron is sitting at 46.3. And even if somebody like a Rondo or, like a DeMar DeRozan gets in, that might be like 4 of them. That's still going to bump it up to, maybe 50, 51, 52%. It's not going to be anywhere near the 59% for Kobe or the 62% for Jordan. Now, top 75 players. That's probably not going to change. None of those guys are going to be top 75. Maybe Paul George. I doubt it, but maybe we'll call him top 100. Maybe Ja Morant. Maybe Devin Booker. That'd be the only people even got a chance at it. But even still, right now, LeBron James, for his all 54 of his playoff series, he's sitting at 14. Technically, it's 13, but I threw in Nikola Jokic as a top 100 player, we'll call it. 25.92% of top 75 players for LeBron. Kobe is at 52.27. That's actually the highest. But Jordan's right behind him, less than 1% at 51.35%. More than half of Jordan's playoff series, the leading scorer on the other team was a top 75 player. And 62.16% was a Hall of Famer. That's about 5/8. So 5 out of every 8 was led by a Hall of Fame player. Only 3 of 8 was led by a non-Hall of Famer. And to me, it doesn't matter. Mark Price, Sean Kemp, these guys are bums? I don't think so. Larry Nance? No. Terry Cummings, an 85, top 5 in MVP? Yeah, I don't think so. But to warped-minded fools who have an agenda and have a narrative they want to spew out, like Shannon Sharpe, that's what they're going to try to convince you of. But it's garbage. I mean, and this is just looking at the leading scorers. The leading scorer, the best player on the team, the most active offensive player on the team. And LeBron's competition just does not measure up. You just saw, not at all. The top scorer was not close to Kobe Bryant or Michael Jordan. It's just not close. Like I said, 62.16 for Jordan, 59.1 for Kobe, and a measly rotten 46.3 for LeBron, less than half. Now, maybe some of those guys will get in the Hall of Fame one day, the way they've been letting people in, who knows? Maybe. But, maybe Amari Stoudemire gets in. That'd be 2 more for Kobe, So, anyway, that's all I got for this video. I find this extremely fascinating. And, again, for you, Shannon Sharpe, you always want to spew that Hall of Fame nonsense as if teams like the 93 Knicks or, the 2002 Sacramento Kings, all they had was 1 or 2 Hall of Famers, or 1 top 75 player and role players. I mean, basically, in people like Shannon Sharpe's mind, either you're a Hall of Famer or you're a role player. That's what these people think, and I'm just tired of these warped fools. So, anyway, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I try to provide daily content, very active in the comments. Hopefully I'm saying something that you didn't know. I mean, that's what it's all about, the learning new things, So, anyway, that's it for now, and till next time.